And I want to welcome Abel Garcia right now. He's a young man who transitioned and then detransitioned. First, Abel, thank you for being here. Why was it important to tell such a personal story publicly?
It was important because unfortunately I have transitioned the state of California and everything was fast tracked for me. And when I wanted to detransition, unfortunately, they did not wish to help me.
Now, I know you've mentioned being canceled. I watched your testimony in Texas, and it was very compelling, very intimate. I have to ask, as a youth, did you feel like you were born in the wrong body?
I was very confused as a young man. My father was rarely in my picture, so I believe the fact that my father not being there and being a very socially awkward child, uh, all put together, made me question myself.
You decide to transition, right? You decide to get breasts. You went to a local LGBTQ center from your testimony that I listened to. And the therapist that you spoke to on the first session recommended surgery. I believe you were an adult when all this happened. Correct me if I'm wrong. But do you think minors should be able to get these kinds of services without a parent's knowledge or consent?
Yes, I did everything as an adult, and I do not believe children should be allowed to do anything what I did. We've already seen it multiple cases of children transitioning in my old state of California and all over the United States, and we can see the irreparable harm of what happens when they do transition.
Talk about that. Talk about some of the side effects that you are most concerned about.
Well, some of these kids who are being transitioned are being given puberty blockers who that we are also using to castrate criminals in prison. And obviously, we don't know the full effects of all the damages, but we have heard of stories from other medical professionals saying that these kids will not grow properly. They will be sterilized for the rest of their lives. I, who started this as an adult, am dealing with damages to my body. I'm unfortunately losing my eyesight. My body is having seizures every so often. I don't even know if I can have my own children due to the drugs that were prescribed to me.
And is the vision loss and the seizures, is that a result of hormones?
I would have to suspect yes, because prior to the hormones, I was relatively healthy and did not have these issues.
So what was it that made you decide to detransition, identifying no longer as a woman, but as a man?
So I had received breast implants. I was going through the police academy at the time, and I guess the fact that I was trying to become a police officer in my old state, the transgender community did not appreciate that and unfortunately canceled me for that. So after that, I was no longer obtaining affirmation from the people who I thought cared about me, and the realization of what I had done after getting implants had woken me up.
So for you, and again, we've heard detransitioners speak about being canceled and being persecuted because they've decided to renege on the decision to transition before. It's a very small population of people who have experienced what you're going through, but the availability, like in California, is much greater. You had surgeries there, both to transition and detransition. California is a sanctuary state for this gender-affirming care, but you say the medical community made it hard on you to detransition. Can you talk about that?
Yes, so the therapist who I went to see, who allowed me to transition right away, did not let me detransition. She said it was other issues that were the reason for my detransition, mostly childhood trauma and the fact that I just had surgery. And she didn't go into detail into that. Another therapist again would not allow me to detransition, and my medical insurance was making everything very difficult, unfortunately.
Yeah, and you speak a lot about that in the hearing. Two questions I got to get to, and my producers, I apologize. One is, what happened on the inside of you, Abel? Because all of these things that are happening on the outside, the surgeries, those are physical body parts. But clearly, something happened in your mind or in your confidence or in your conscience that would make you not feel safe or yourself as identifying as a woman. What was it that you think woke you up or alerted you that you should, again, identify with your gender at birth?
It was the fact that, again, I was no longer being affirmed by those who I believed were my friends in my community, and just a realization that I was wrong.
That you were wrong.
Yes, yes, that
That
I
you
was
had
wrong, that I should have gone back.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.